Literary Fest where we're talking about, so I'm going to go live a little bit early. We are going to walk through this festival real quick just to see if Scientology is set up here, and then we'll go ahead and go over to the org. I'm going to turn the camera around. So now we're walking down. Remember, this is Chicago's Printers Row. There is a greater than zero probability that we will see Scientology here. It is the Literary Festival. If we look over here, right, Printers Row Lit Fest.
You beautifully spoke to it, who don't necessarily see their possibilities.
And I'm just looking to see if we can find Scientology here. Sorry, folks, I'm not going to be watching the chat. My eyes are really scanning quite a bit. I'm looking for any of the front groups as well. Howdy Bridge. I'm going to have to go down both sides of the street. They've got tables and booths on both sides, so I do want to take a good look at that. We'll go ahead and cross over here real quick. I just want to make sure that we're not going to see Scientology, or at least allow them to have a pleasurable day here. This is a really interesting festival. So you're going to see independent writers, you're going to see librarians, people who are just encouraging people to read, self-published books. We've got authors here, we've got publishers here. I'm not seeing anything yet. Sorry, there are some religious elements here. Yeah, so they do have brand publishing, but not bridge publishing. And even if they don't have a table, again, this is a heavy foot traffic day. It will not be unlikely to see body routers out here. Folks, it is really crowded here. I'm not really watching the screen here. Sorry about that. As soon as I take a pass through here, kind of get a lay of the land, I'll get my head back up and we'll look at what's going on in the chat. I'm in the middle of editing a video that I really want to get out to the Columbia College students, showing that they do have students that have been recruited and gone into the Dwight College, or Dwight Lofts dormitory, which is right next to Scientology. And then there's also the other 4 addresses that are Columbia College residences here. We've got 30 East Balboa, we've got the Arc Colony building, University Center, and Dwight Lofts, which is right next to Scientology. All right, let me kind of scan back through here. Yeah, my expectation is they do have a tent or a table. We just haven't seen it yet. There is no farmer's market today. We're going to go down this side of the street, and then I've got to actually go back on the other side because there's tents down the middle of the street and then tables on the side of the street. I'm also looking at the tables to see if they'll drop literature. Now, this is going to be a harder place to drop literature because these tables are set up to sell literature. So they're not going to want additional materials on their tables. Don't forget, I do have the business cards with me. I'm also looking for any of the alt or front group organizations, right? Way to Happiness, CCHR, Narcanon, Criminon. All right, nothing here. Let me go ahead and make sure that we're clear on this street. I'm going to have to go back up. I'll go back up the street in a moment, but I want to run down Polk Street real quick. Open Books sounds like this is going to be a subsetted tent, so I have to kind of look around there real quick.
Jeremy Wilson's is north.
Here we go. So we do have Dianetics here, right? Yep. It's false. It's just a capacitor resistor. It's Dianet. So this is Scientology. You're being sucked into Scientology. How are you doing? I am free to be here. This group human traffics. This group does child trafficking. If you want to look up anything about.
Would you mind not posting this online?
Yes, I would. You're in public, and you're actually supporting a church and a cult.
Okay. I mean, I'm not part of it. I just don't. I'm like.
Okay.
I want to be online.
Yep. Nope. You're in public. I don't have it on you right now, so I've taken it off of you. Folks, if there's anybody else in Chicago, please head over. So they've got their entire plethora of books here. So right, this is Nino Aquino. We do know, right, that person, Nino Aquino. I do not have names for the rest of these people. If you do know these people, that'd be great. Tell you what, if you pack up your cult propaganda, I'll go home. But you have to go home too. I'm not letting you put your cult propaganda out here. Scientology has no place in Chicago. We don't believe in human trafficking. We don't believe in child abuse. We don't believe that children should be able to audit adults when the children are going to tell the most perverse elements about their process. Why is Danny Masterson still a church member in good standing? Danny Masterson abused your members, and when your members went forward to the police, they were kicked out of the church. Danny Masterson's in prison, and he is still a member in good standing of Scientology. How can you support that?
What's the problem?
They're human traffickers, and they're a cult. It's really a business. They just want you to buy books and take courses on this process. They consider themselves to be a religion. L. Ron Hubbard, the science fiction writer, he created this. So human trafficking. They have many organizations around the world. If you get in trouble at one of the organizations, they will take you and they will move you to another organization. You don't get to say, I want to move to the other organization. They'll take children away from parents. These children do something called auditing. Auditing is similar to confessional, but you're going to talk to a professional person of the church. That child has to sit in the room. The adult can tell them the most perverse things and tell them their perverse fantasies. That child has to sit there. That's child abuse. Elder abuse. They're going to prey upon the elders. They'll make you get credit cards. So just Chase Financial, Chase Wave, Chase won't let Scientologists open up any more credit cards because they open up credit cards, default on them, and then just let the loans go. If you want to learn anything about them,
Oh, no, I'm not.
okay, I'm just telling you that. So here's somebody who's a victim of their child abuse. Here's somebody who was killed by them, died at their hands because of mental abuse. This person her medical provisions were taken away from her. This is Chase's Financial Wave. So I do not want anybody to ever come towards this group, right? That it seems so safe early on.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to be filmed.
You're fine. I've got it turned away from you.
I never thought I'd see this stuff in real life.
They've got a building on 650
I
South
know,
Clark,
I
right
see
next
that.
to the college, Columbia College dormitories.
Yeah. That's crazy. I always thought it was like, I don't know, in my mind, media is written about this kind of stuff.
Right.
Because it's like...
And I don't care about their beliefs. I mean, their beliefs are childish and foolish. I don't care about their space opera, the Xenu brought them in there.
crazy.
I don't like the crimes. I don't like that they abuse children. I don't like that they are a business,
important part.
right? That they should not be allowed to have their criminal enterprise or their abuses to be prolonged.
And I like that they don't put Scientology...
Nothing here is
Dianetics.
Scientology, right? And I haven't been to the rest of the org, but they'll also have other front groups. So Narcanon is them, but they don't really help that. Criminon is them.
So they got like spin-offs.
Way to Happiness, and these are just front groups, so they can go to the police and say, look, we do these nice things. Or they go to the influencers of the community and say, see, we do these nice things. But all of it, he stole all of his writings. If you look at any of his writings, it's all from Eastern philosophy or from Western philosophy or religions in this process. And again, I don't care if you believe in their tech, that's absolutely fine. I'm not anti-religious, right? I'm anti-criminal abuse, child abuse, financial fraud.
I wonder what's in the how-to kit. That's good stuff you're doing.
Yep, thank you. It's the cult of Scientology. They won't tell you, but it's Scientology. Folks, I'm sure that there's going to be people that are going to come here. They're going to try to run me off. I am not going to run off. Yeah, the guy in the red hat, we've seen him 2 or 3 times, right? He's been outside front the org. Remember, look at the hunch, right? So just a reminder, right? We've got the hunch that he's somebody who needs physical therapy, right? How you doing?
Pretty neat.
Just so you know, they are not neat. They are Scientology. They agreed. My hope is that a literary festival would not be anybody trying to hamper free speech. Lisa McPherson lost her life to this cult. She had a mental breakdown. She had an accident in the street. She went to the doctors. When Scientology found out they went to the doctors, they got her to come out against medical advice. They locked her up in a room. They bound her. 17 days later, she went into crisis, and she was unable to make it back to the hospital. She died before she made it back to the hospital. That is what this cult is about. Do you have anything to share about your church? Does the church let you talk about the church? Because if you're not allowed to talk about the church, it's probably a cult. When you're directed not to, how do you think you're being free? This is your path to freedom? Your path to total freedom is to only read and to only think those things which L. Ron Hubbard says you can. It's Scientology.
Oh, that's right. They did open up.
Yes. Just a reminder, there is yet another one, right? So she's going to try and stay off camera. Right. Watch her continue to try to stay off camera.
Excuse me, sir. I have something I'd like to say to you.
Yes?
I'm a Columbia College Chicago student. I really appreciate what you're doing.
I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. If there's any way, so if I gave you my email address,
Sure.
I want to find as many people that, if you want to become active, great. If you don't, if you ever see them leaving the org, I would love if you could email me because I want to follow them. They pass this stuff out all over the place.
Jones College Preparatory School is right
Yep.
there. There were people passing out flyers yesterday.
Yep. Graduation day, they were out there quite a bit as well. So I really appreciate that. I'm going to leave you with this. So on Windy City Satan Watch, just at gmail.com will also get you there. This is also just a scan code that'll take you to the website.
Okay.
But thank you for the support. I really do
You're
appreciate that.
welcome. I
Thank you.
appreciate man.
And good luck in your studies.
Thanks.
So that was a student, right, of Columbia College. And I'm going to say that he probably recognized me. It's Scientology. He probably recognized me from being out in front of the organization. So we are on Polk Street, Polk at Federal, so we're between Federal and Dearborn Street here in Chicago's South Loop. It's also called Printers Row, right? This is the Literary Fest. This area used to be all manufacturing that would have been the world's print capital, where books would be printed here, illustrations would be printed here, phone books come out of here. So just a reminder to those of you that don't know, right next door to Scientology's Ideal Org at 650 South Clark is 642 South Clark. That is Columbia College's, one of their larger residential student locations. 13 floors, 3 storefronts, so several footplates wide, probably 1,000 people, 1,000 students in there. But there are 3 other campuses that are here. There is one 2 blocks behind me on 30 East Balboa Street. We've got on State Street, which is 1 block behind me, we have University Center. That allows for people to be from Roosevelt, Robert Morris, several other colleges, just the same. But you have to be a student in order to be a resident there. And then ARC at the Colony, which is next to Harold Washington Library. So if we look here, right, they've got their fictitious e-meter here, right, which the FDA has told them that it's just a religious artifact, right? They're not allowed to consider this to be a medical device. Notice that they try to block it because they're ashamed of what they do, right? So here we've got the e-meter right out there. So this is Scientology. So I don't care about their beliefs, right? I'm not anti-religious. They child traffic, they abuse children. You'll notice that in that organization over there at 650, they have a lot of people that have non-English speaking accents. They're brought over on religious visas. Their passports are locked up, so they're not allowed to go anyplace else from that place.
Oh, wow.
They have a process in here called auditing. So as you're trying to learn to go up their bridge to total freedom, which is their religious philosophical element, you have these auditing sessions. So you have to talk to somebody and they try to dig out of you anything that's off target. But you can they're usually children that are in this. Those children have to sit in the room when you're doing this, and they can tell them the most perverse fantasies they want to. Some of these hotels, the Fort Harrison in Clearwater, Florida, which is where one of their land bases is at, there's massage tables in the audit room. Give me any understanding why you'd have a massage table in a room where two people are trying to advise one another. Especially one of them being a child, and then the adults, they can ask for certain auditors to do this. Pure child abuse. It's really a business. They consider themselves to be a cult, but really all they're trying to do is sell that book, and they're trying to get you onto these courses. That's all that's going on in this whole process here. So the human trafficking, the child abuse, the elder abuse, financial fraud. Chase Bank will never sell anybody in Scientology a credit card again or sign somebody up for a credit card again, because all they would do is
Scientology.
It is Scientology. Okay. Yes. So and you know they're over there on 650 South Clark Street, right?
Okay.
You're going to see this. You're going to see they'll do a couple other things that look more innocent. The way to happiness. It's really just a way to get you in that front door, right?
Okay.
You'll see Narcanon, Criminon, CCHR, which is a human rights group. But as human rights, they try to say that we're anti-psychiatry and psychiatric drugs. So all they're trying to do, they believe they're the only people that can fix minds. And like I said, I just think they're dangerous, and I don't want anybody else to fall victim to them. I know many people that have escaped this cult, and to think about it, if you wanted to leave the Catholic Church, you leave the Catholic Church. Why do you have to escape a church?
I'm a Christian.
Yeah, if you no longer believe, you no longer believe, right? And your church doesn't.
Thank you for
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Do you have a live feed?
I do.
We see you all the time when we're
Yeah.
here. Do you have a card or anything?
Yeah, I do.
Very cool.
So it's on the bottom there.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much. Looks like some of us has given out a lot of information. You have great technology. How come your technology can't overcome what I'm saying? Does your technology not defeat the truth? If you believe in what you're doing, why can't you defeat me? You have no control over MEST. Is anybody clear? Do you know anybody clear? Anybody has perfect recall? Everybody knows it's Windy Bridge. You notice it, right? She tried to block the e-meter from my site. What else do we have here? This looks like a board game almost, right? The complete how-to kit, right? We're just going to give you money. And when you don't give us money, we'll take your money. Howdy, Joe Buchanan. Good to see you. Howdy, Lori Marie. AJ Bat. MD Media, great to see you. I don't see Style Out at 1A, but maybe we'll see her. Maybe we can, I'd love to see if we can get Corn Freak out. I will say this, we're kind of far away from the organization. Oh, you know what, but I don't think that she can stream about the organization either. So I don't think we can get anybody with court troubles out here. Haha, skateboard kids here now. So can you let people know that you're Scientology, or are you still hiding that too? Can you explain to us how we justify human trafficking and how we justify child abuse? Why is Danny Masterson still a member in good standing after abusing members of your cult? I am going to need some water today. Come on, didn't you take the PTS course? Where's the confront and shatter? Where is the confront and shatter? L. Ron Hubbard said we never hide, right? We attack, we attack, we attack. Have you nothing positive to say about your cult? Explain to me why free speech is prohibited in this space. Explain to me why free speech is prohibited on the public streets of Chicago.
What is that supervisor name is?
Yep, bring the supervisor.
Or the police?
And you explain to me how you want to prevent free speech at a literary event.
They said that you are harassing.
Who am I harassing?
No.
Has anybody been harassed by me? 0 people raised their hand.
They're not going to do that. They're not no kids.
At what
They
point?
say you got a camera on it. Get the camera off. Ooh.
Oh, don't be in public.
You're not supposed to have a camera on. It's out there.
I see them.
Oh, if you only understood the First Amendment and there is no expectation of privacy in public. Are you okay that you've got child abusers here, human traffickers here? So this is the cult of Scientology.
That has nothing to do with
I understand that, but you're supporting it.
not supporting it.
Are you making money here today at a place which is touting their cultic behaviors? You're supporting it.
Are you realizing that you are trespassing?
I am not trespassing. Trespassing on a public street?
I'm looking at a man on Dev One and has in a dark blue video on. Dark blue shirt.
Harrison, can you please come to federal and post, please?
On my way.
Tell him what lies I've been saying in public.
Come to TT.
I did not say get the hell out. I've got video that says I did not say get the hell out. I just told the people the truth. We're okay with freedom of speech, right? The First Amendment's still live here?
But it's
also not okay to be a jerk, right?
I understand it's not okay to be a jerk, but I don't like child traffickers and I don't like people who support child abuse.
Great. You're absolutely tied to your opinion. I'm not going to say one thing about you or them.
Correct.
I just want you to not be an a-hole.
Okay. When have I been an a-hole?
Well, right now you're being kind of aggressive to me, all right?
I'm defending my rights. I'm defending my rights to be here, period.
I have not done anything.
My name's Paul.
I'm Matt.
How you doing,
right?
Matt? Very nice to meet
You
you.
came at me pretty hard right there, all right?
I did because I think you were getting safe pointed by your vendors.
Okay. These guys are my responsibility. This is
Agreed.
part of my festival, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, hey, go on up.
I agree.
So
I have
I'm
not
gonna
blocked
ask them-
anybody's. I have not blocked anybody's egress, transgress, progress.
Got it. And so you think that this is a good thing because you're trying to educate people, right?
100%.
Got it. What about people that are here
Yep.
that just want to have a good time?
Well, that's fine. I just don't think that, okay, so go kill the people over there, right? Because we want to have a good people. So Lisa McPherson died at their hands.
Okay.
She had a mental crisis. She was taken to the hospital. Scientology pulled her out of the hospital, locked her up in a room, bound her hands. 17 days later, she was dead.
Okay.
So I can't accept that kind of behavior. That's why I'm going to tell people about what's going on here.
Got it. So are you asking people if they want to know, or are you walking up like you did to me and telling me?
I have not walked up to anybody. I have stood my
walked up
ground.
No, you walked up
I
to
walked
me,
up to you because I wanted to hear the conversation that they were telling about me. I was part of that conversation, right?
Yeah, and do you
so
do
do
that?
I have a right to be in part of that? I have a right to listen to that conversation.
I mean, you have a right to stand here on the street and listen
Yep.
to it, right? Okay.
I do.
Just like we have a right to interact right now.
I agree.
So here's what I'm going to ask: is that how you're treating everybody that walks up through your booth?
100%. Now, it's
Do you
on
think
video.
that-
It's
yes.
on video.
And do you think that's a nice thing to do?
I do.
Okay.
I think that educating people to let them. So show me here where it says Scientology. No place. So they're
doesn't matter.
deceptive. So that's why
I'm
it
not
does
throwing
matter.
around, it doesn't matter
So
to
I'm
me,
trying to
okay?
educate people. And again, I have not approached anybody. If you look on my video, you want to look at the live stream? Look at the live stream. The live stream will show that people approach me asking me about the problems of this church.
Okay.
So-
So what you're saying to me
Yep.
right now is that you are not going to approach anybody.
I agree.
right?
I will not do what you just did. I understand
Right.
what you just tried to do there.
Yeah, I know,
promise that.
because you're videoing me, and it's. I think it's rude. I'm letting you do it, but I think it's rude.
You're
the way
not
you
letting
do
me
it.
doing it. It's my right to do it. Period, point blank, end of
Fair
discussion.
Enough. Fair enough.
And why did you
But
approach
why-
me? Why did you just approach me? Why are you closing space? Why are you closing space? Is that right?
Because this is their event.
Doesn't matter if it's their event. It's a public. It's a public. Yes. And who am I?
What if I?
But
So what,
I am the
hold on,
public.
Give me 1 sec. If I asked you to not film me, would you turn your camera off?
No, I would not.
Great. So that's why I'm approaching you here now, right? Because I don't appreciate.
Are you in public?
I am, and I said you have a right to film.
Yes.
Okay, we agree on that.
And you asked me? And by the way, everybody else that's asked me, I've turned my camera away.
Great.
You're trying to start something here, and I'm not going to be a part of it.
I'm not trying to start
All
something.
right. It was nice talking to you. It was nice talking to you.
All right.
It was nice talking to you.
All right.
I want to disengage, right? So this is what we're saying, that if I want to disengage, then I can disengage. Just like you said, I have to disengage with anybody up here, right? Okay,
Well,
so
I
disengage.
Said don't engage. So you're not going to engage.
I have not
anybody.
engaged anybody up there.
If someone walks up to you,
Yep,
you will talk to them.
yep.
Do not engage this, and you're not going to talk to these guys anymore, right?
I can talk to whoever I want to.
Yeah. But being aggressive towards them, all right? I consider
Explain me aggressive.
that tone right there is aggressive to me. Okay? That's what I would consider aggressive. You do not consider that aggressive.
I do not.
Okay, great.
Does anybody think I'm being aggressive here?
Nobody's paying attention.
Oh, if nobody's paying attention, what do you care about? So which side of the argument are you on? I'm either bothering people or I'm not bothering people. Which is it?
You're clearly bothering them, all right?
Yes, I'm bothering the cult. I don't like that there's a cult in my town. I don't like that they're recruiting. It's Scientology. Oh, they're Publics. Never mind. I know them. They're Publics.
Right.
So these are people that are part of the
So they
Scientology group.
just didn't come up and ask you. You just told them. You just started talking.
Did I walk to anybody?
No, you engaged them.
I
They didn't
vocalized.
ask.
I vocalized. With my
All right.
feet planted, I vocalized.
Right.
Yep.
But what you and I talked about was that you were not going to engage people. That if people asked you questions, you would start talking.
Oh,
So-
well, then
All right,
I'm
listen,
going to go
Matt.
back on that.
Clearly.
Yep.
You're going back on it. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going to assert all of my rights. I do not like that there is a human trafficking, child abusing cult in my neighborhood. So these two here, they're to kind of bloat the crowd. They're publics. So they've come in to show that, oh look, we're getting interest here, right? I know. Okay. You're okay that there's a cult in your neighborhood? You like child trafficking? What part of child trafficking is okay to you? What part of human abuse human trafficking is okay to you? Okay, well, I want to stop it. So I'm going to act. Yeah, so the two that are picking up, they're public Scientologists. These aren't actually strangers. So this is Scientology.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
Would love one. Yeah, it has science. He would love it. Okay, like I'm actually tempted to get one for Brendan. wait, is that actually like a?
Do you want to see their crimes and some of the crimes that they've been accused of?
We already know.
All right.
Is it actually?
So they know that they're a criminal organization, but they're still buying books. Let's go ahead and get a good shot on this, face shot on this. There's a battle plan going on over here, right? You did hear the gentleman in red lie to the officer, right? He said that I said, get the hell out. All I did was tell them that it was the Church of Scientology. And if telling the truth is something that I have to be worried about, this is not a society I want to be a part of.
And she's like, and then she gets like stuck with her legs, like she can't like, she's not flexible enough to get back down. So then she's like stuck, and she's like.
Don't give them your real name and address. You'll never get off their mailing list.
How you doing?
Very well.
Can I see your permit?
Don't need a permit.
No, I didn't ask you what you needed. I asked, can I see your permit?
No, you may not see my permit.
Okay.
Am I a public person?
Are you
Are you
shouting at me? Are you
Am I a
shouting
public
at me?
person?
Are you
Am I a
shouting?
public person? Am I a
Listen,
public person?
I asked you a question.
I asked you a question.
Okay, but you're not in a position to answer my questions yet. Okay? Now I'm asking you, do you have a permit?
Do I need papers to be in public?
This is a closed street.
It is not a closed street. It is a
Closed
public event.
street.
It's a public event. Go get the permit. Go get. Show me the permit.
Listen,
Show me the permit.
I'm not going to
I'm
argue
listening.
with you. Do you have a permit to be a photographer? Yes or no? Yes or no?
I think that's very funny. I do have a permit to be a photographer. Are you asking me if I have a permit to be a photographer here?
Yes.
Tell me where I would get that.
You would get it from the event organizer that paid money to the city for that.
So you're saying I can't have my camera in this area?
I asked you, did you have a permit?
I don't
to
have
be
a permit.
photographer?
Big
you don't
effing
have-
deal.
Come on, let's step over here so
Nope.
we can talk.
Nope. You attempt to touch me. Go ahead. Violate my First Amendment right. Go
I
ahead.
attempted to touch you.
If you, I said, go ahead and try to attempt to
What do you
touch
mean
me.
I attempted to touch you?
I did not say you
Are
attempted.
are you
I said, go ahead and
accusing me?
attempt to.
Are you
Yes, I am
me?
accusing you.
You're accusing me of what?
I am accusing you to try to force me away, which is
I forced you away.
of trying to. Did you hear the word
Wait,
trying?
Whoa.
I'm done talking to you.
Yeah, go.
Well, at that point, because you guys are the ones who have you guys are.
They have a public permit.
Yes, they have a special event public permit.
Public permit.
Yes.
I am the public.
This is a private event, though. This
I'm the
place is
public.
being rented, sir. So at that point in time,
Sorry, I didn't mean to touch you there. This place is not being rented. So, here is the Church of Scientology.
and he was like,
They're Scientologists. Can somebody look up the permit for me? You're okay with human trafficking? You're okay with child abuse?
It's one right now, so I gotta brief you at like 1:45 before I leave. Because you're gonna well, you're gonna be supervisor for an hour. Okay, until Steven said there's another supervisor.
They're not. They're security, so they can't do anything to me. They can call the police.
You guys got it.
Their permit says it's a public event. I am part of the public.
I gave you an opportunity to talk to me. You didn't want to talk to me, and you're trying to record me. So get away from me. I'm asking you nicely.
Are you saying in public you don't want me to be near you?
I asked you to get away from me.
You should egress then.
I asked you to get away from me.
That's nice.
We're
I heard
having
you
a
ask me.
private
I heard you ask
conversation,
me.
and you're interfering.
You're having a private conversation in public. Go tell the police how you had an expectation of privacy in public.
All right, I will. Now go.
You go, little man. He gave me the winkle fingers, right? Like he has some power here. Hey, DOA. I know you asked me not to be here. I'm going to ask you not to eat yellow snow. Both of those are equivalent statements. You have the privilege to listen to what I said, but you don't have to listen to what I said. Again, if somebody can look up that permit, that'd be great. They're Scientologists. It's just a capacitive resistor test. Don't give them your real name and address. You'll never get rid of it. They're Scientology. Don't forget to reset the tone arm. Oh, look at this, more Dianetics. They're Scientology. It's Scientology. Don't ever go near them. It's the cult of Scientology. They're Scientologists. They won't tell you they're Scientologists, but they're Scientologists.
No, we know that.
Okay.
I don't know why she was talking to him. I just,
Tell her not to give the real name. Don't give them the real name and address. You'll be on the emailing list forever. Thank you. Folks, they're actually set up in a really bad place, so even if the police, and by the way, under threat of arrest, I will leave, but the area right behind them is not part of the event, so I'll be able to get there. Thank you. If you ever want to learn more about them, okay. It's Scientology. They won't tell you it's Scientology.
I figured. I saw the things. I'm like, I live
Nice.
next door to the Scientology
Good.
building.
Yep.
So I'm looking. I'm
The only reason I'm there is to help you guys understand what it is, right? If you want their beliefs, that's fine. I just don't like the abuses and the crimes. Oh, there's always cop cars here. So we're in First District. So we're going to probably see Harris show up. Maybe we'll see Sergeant Dolan. Be very careful. So they support human trafficking and child abuse. And if you'd like to know how, I can explain to you how they support human trafficking and child abuse. You're okay with human trafficking and child abuse?
I'm just trying to enjoy my day.
They try to self-publish themselves.
Yep. It's just a money organization.
Yeah.
About Dianetics.
It's about Scientology.
How do you measure it?
It's just a human capacitor resistor. Yeah, I just don't like their crimes. I don't care about their beliefs. I don't like child trafficking. I don't like human trafficking. Don't give them your real name and address. He did give me he kind of gave me a heads up that he knew what he was walking into. If you think happy thoughts, you can float the needle. All Scientologists know how to float that needle with fake thoughts. It's a human resistive capacitor.
Stand there, wait for us.
So we're not far from DePaul. There are people that live in DePaul that are one block behind this big red building here. Right behind that is University Center, and there are DePaul students there. It's Scientology. They won't tell you it's Scientology, but that's Scientology.
Oh, they know.
Okay, good. Thank you. Tell them not to give their real name and address. Okay. The person that came by said they know, so I think they're getting a chain yanked, which is good. How you doing? So I'm pretty sure what they're trying to do is they're trying to get customers to say that I've been annoying them. It's Scientology. How do you feel about Danny Masterson still being a member in good standing after having sexually abused 3 of your members? Do you want to learn about their crimes? About their crimes. So they're human traffickers and child abusers. Scientology. That's what you just sat down at. The table, Dianetics. They won't tell you it's Scientology, but it's Scientology. These are just some of the people that have died at their hands. I think the guy in white is trying to get as much information as possible.
Yes.
I'm glad you said no, they're just Scientology.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Dianetics. I'm not going to
Yep.
hook up to the e-meter.
E-meter,
whatever
nice,
that is.
yeah.
I've watched enough documentaries about
Nice.
it. Yeah, that's just, you know, yeah. We could go on.
I don't care about the beliefs, I care about their crimes. Sir, it's Scientology. They won't tell you it's Scientology, but it's Scientology. So again, he was asked to go get the permit. He's got the permit. Let's go see if we can get a picture of the permit. At least I get a number. Maybe I can get a permit number. Yep. So I have not stopped anybody from moving. I have not challenged anybody's ability to move about in this area. Move along. I know it was kind of jittery, but maybe you guys can freeze frame that to see if there's anything we can get out of that, like the permit number. But they realize that as long as I'm not doing anything, they can't stop me.
Oh, no, good, thank you.
Would you like to learn about the crimes of Scientology? No, James, that would be a really, really bad idea. To have anything that could be considered a weapon would be a really, really bad idea. Like I said, the guy in the white sweatshirt, he kind of gave me the nod that he knew it was Scientology. So I think that he's just trying to grab some information, maybe a student doing a study. Yeah, I want to enjoy my day. I just want to turn my head. I don't care about the abuses that happen on the other side of the wall, right? No Scientology for you today?
Okay, I reviewed their paperwork, sir.
Yep.
And what's your name?
No need to tell you that.
Okay. Well, you're not part of their organization, so I'm gonna ask you.
Are you part of their organization? Are you part of their organization? Oh wait, there's a lot of people here not part of their organization. And I appreciate you asked me.
I'm talking.
Thank you for.
Do you want me to talk to others before I talk with you, or do you have time to talk?
Carry on, Chappie. Carry on, Chappie.
Okay. So I just want to fully understand that you have no intentions on leaving, correct? That's all I need to know.
100%.
Thank you.
So we've got a new player up here. I'm just wondering if anybody's trying to thwart free speech at a literary event. And it's interesting that people want to help a group that is involved in human trafficking and child abuse. But, you know, hey, I'm just talking here. Who knows?
Hey, move on, man. Get out. Now he's interrupting. Now he's interrupting. Stop annoying me.
Miles here.
So they've got a friend there, right? Howdy.
How did you end up
So these two, I believe, are part of the group.
Guys, do a free stress test? Free stress test? Hey, free stress test.
Feel free to come. If you'd like to look around and see over here. Feel up here. So take a look back.
It's Scientology. They're Scientologists.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
No problem. So thank you doesn't seem to be that I'm bothering people. Thank you, Annette. I really appreciate that. It's Scientology. Don't ever do it. Never give them your real name. Never give them your real address.
The warehouse? Yeah. The warehouse. I still haven't been to the one. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. Every time I want to go in,
Thank you so much. Hey, folks, I might go grab a bottle of water. It's Intro to Scientology. Es una secta. Es una secta. Scientology. The cult. Es una secta. Don't give them your real name. All right, I need to learn Spanish.
I'm just so excited because I got another physical education. Brian Street is I love it.
Culto.
No, here we go. That's called our pedal.
Yeah, so he's.
This is the guy who did a video.
I took the.
Are your contractors supposed to be taking stress tests? Mucho dinero. Mucho dinero. Hey folks, we are going to go up to, there's a 7-Eleven up at the top of the street. I'm going to go ahead and get myself some water. Oh, thank you. Es una estafa. I forgot that, yes. I can't remember all my English words, let alone my Spanish words. Folks, I'm just putting it up in the air right now just for the kids that walk by and stuff. Yeah, so you can email me at windycitythetanwatch@gmail.com or contact at windycitythetanwatch.com. So today there is no farmers market. The literary festival takes precedence over the farmers market.
This one story He said that when he was 6 years old, he would, this was in the 50s in Hong Kong, you didn't have a TV, you didn't have a radio set. So he didn't have a refrigerator. And so his mom, my grandma, would take my dad to the market twice a day. And he would bring my dad along, and my grandma would teach my dad.
We'll be back around. We almost had like the same book.
I will say it was very obvious, right, that the permit, they realized the permit doesn't hold water. There's nothing they can do as long as I'm not bothering somebody. Now, I will say that I quickly moved away from that vendor right next to him because I don't want a vendor saying that I'm bothering him. I don't care that Scientology says I'm bothering them. I take great pride in that. Folks, I'm going to go ahead and turn the, well, no, I'm going to turn the camera on me. Hello. Just grabbing some water real quick. How you doing?
It's for free.
No receipt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
All right, folks, I just grabbed myself some water. We're going to walk back down. Oh, sorry for the earthquake. We're going to walk down the alley that is behind Dearborn Street. Folks, if this is something that you can stand behind, right, the protestation of Scientology and human traffickers, child abusers, money-hungry, greedy business people, please consider subscribing. We do have memberships. The membership only gives you an emoji, but it lets you know that, hey, I stand behind people who protest Scientology. Thank you, J-Bat. Thank you, Fuzzy, for being here. Folks, I know that I have not been paying attention to the chat. I've been trying to stay focused on right whatever's going on the street here. I'm going to very quickly go ahead and scroll up here. Yeah, so I'm not advertising anything, right? Now, I will say that I've got the flyers in my pocket. I don't want to see that happening. Although, right, the vendor coordinator, he did take it from me. El Sarmento, thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chat. I do think that it was funny that that I do think that person was probably ex-police, because the black gentleman, he absolutely tried to get me off the street, right? And when I said, don't try to push me off the street, or don't try to touch me to get off the street, I was telling him, don't do a future action. And he said, don't accuse me of this and don't accuse me of that, right? So listen, folks, I will tell you that my heart races when those things happen. I have to stay as calm as possible. I do not want to make an emotional misstep in that process. I don't have a desire to be arrested. I do want, if somebody threatens me with arrest, that's absolutely fine, right? Because then I can create a police action against them. I don't need to be arrested for them to violate my civil rights. I'm going to walk through and go to the back of the area. I know that those security guards don't have any arresting power. They have no power to detain me unless I am a potential danger to somebody. So that I don't have a problem with. Their best bet would have been to call the police, but again, why didn't they call the police? Because there's no action that can be taken. So here's a gentleman with a camera, and I'll bet he doesn't have a permit either, because you don't need a permit to be in public. Hey folks, it's Scientology. You want to learn about what they really do? Here you can learn about what they really do. This Scientology that you just took that flyer from, this is the crimes that they're committing all the time. Okay. That pin looked like it might have been a Joe Cicala pin. Sorry, I'm trying to overhear a conversation that's going on real quick. It's Scientology. Just so you know, they're Scientologists.
I didn't even see the diamond.
So the people know that if they would advertise themselves as Scientology, they wouldn't get anybody, right? Never give them your real name, never give them your real address. Just want to wave to our camera guy.
Like, be excited that someone's in your booth? Yeah.
Just so you know, it's going to be subpoenaed.
Hello. We're doing free stress tests.
It's Scientology. Scientologists, yeah. And the human trafficking and the child abuse, yeah. Leah Remini, yeah. They're not doing well today. Would you like to learn about more of their crimes?
No, I know about their crimes.
All right.
I'm very familiar with it.
Do you know where their building is at? They've got a building. Their ideal org is on Clark Street.
I just saw it, yeah. It's across from my dentist's office.
Yes.
I don't have a job to lose anyway.
They're trying to assert that I'm disturbing the public. Did I disturb you in any way?
No, not in any way.
Thank you very much. I just want to make sure that's on the record.
I'm not
Thank you. I got a compliment on the shoes. Did you get his permit? Did you see the camera just walk by? Did you get his permit? No, we're not checking permits of everybody? So it's inconsistent justice is we're after. Okay. How did that work out? No, I have no stress. sptvfoundation.org, they'll help you get out. If you need help getting out financially, if you need education, we can get you out. It's Scientology, by the way. It's Scientology. Don't give them your real name and address. Do you like cults? Are you okay with human trafficking? Are you okay with child abuse? Do you want me to show you it? Here's the child abuse. Hey, Joe Cool, how you doing? Joe, I could use you. They're trying to push me off the street. They're trying to circle the wagons right now.
I already monitoring myself every day.
You know it's Scientology, right? You know it's Scientology? Don't give me your real name and address. Okay. I got a signal. It's free like that first hit of drugs. It's free like that first hit of drugs. Joe, you've got my number if anything goes sideways. They won't tell you, they're Scientology. If you ever want to know about their crimes, here's the crimes of Scientology. So they said they already knew about the crimes of Scientology. Most people know about the crimes of Scientology, but I just want to be here to help those that don't. Howdy, boys. Have a good day. Scientology is giving away free stress tests. I think that he mentioned the idea that that I had a card, and I really can't hand things out. So this is your event organizers putting their resources to good use, just like Scientology uses their resources so well, right?
Good.
good size dog, but as we're learning and as I've read,
Why are the other cameras okay? Or did you find out the cameras are allowed in public? Don't ever let your kids anywhere near them. It's a cult of Scientology. All right. How you doing, guys? She's aware of that. It's just Scientology. It's Scientology. Just so you know, ma'am, it's Scientology. These are Scientologists, human traffickers, child abusers. Yes? Why did Serge Delmar have to audit adults with a massage table in the room? Why is Danny Masterson in prison for 30 years to life after assaulting 3 of your members? When those members came forward, they were excommunicated, which is actually disconnection. What'll probably happen is they are probably walking, oh, here's your, funny, your Latino person just came back. But there's only one of me. If they were smart, there'd be people wandering crowds. Oh, this is so ugly. So this is a children's book that he's getting out, or children's flyers. No, Wendy is not leaving. I'm worried about this little children's book that they just put out. Right. Right.
Free stress test. Hello, free stress test. Stress free.
Scientology makes you stress-free, huh? It's Scientology. Don't give them your real name and number. Don't give them your real name and number. They're involved in human trafficking. They're involved in child abuse. Lisa McPherson died at their hands. Serge Delmar had to take child auditing with adults in the room. There was a massage table in that room. Explain to me what the religious purpose of that is. It's a human resistor. It's just a human resistor. Seriously, don't let her give her real name and number. You'll never get off their mailing list. They help victims of floods by giving them a Way to Happiness pamphlet. They don't drain water. They don't reconstruct homes. They give them out pamphlets so that they'll come in and buy more courses. So what we're really seeing here, right, is justification. The people that are working here, it's not their problem, so they don't have to worry about this kind of thing, right? They're not the ones abusing children, so it's okay that children get abused. They're not the ones that are trafficking humans, so it's okay that they're making money in this situation. They don't really have that ethics, right? Now, Scientologists are claimed to be the most ethical people on the planet. Your family would be proud to understand how well you're defending a cult. Tell them why Blue Star doesn't come around anymore, right? I shamed them off the job. They realize that they shouldn't be supporting criminals. If you ever need to get out, we can help. We can get you money, we can get you education, we can get you medical services. Scientology, don't go near them. I do think they're standing post to see if I'll hand something out again. Just that sidewalk, that's not their property, so they really have no defenses here today. $76 trillion years ago, Xenu rounded up all of the thetans in the intergalactic area and brought the bad thetans to Earth. He put those thetans in a volcano, blew them up with hydrogen bombs. They were frozen when they came in, and that is the mythology and the space opera that this cult is going to teach you. That 76 trillion years ago, when volcanoes didn't exist, they came to America and they came to the Earth and put the thetans in the volcanoes. And they blew them up with hydrogen bombs. Also didn't exist. Their mode of transportation to go 76 trillion miles was a DC-8. So they had an airplane that could travel from the galaxy of Xenu's homeland to Tigiak, Tigiak being Earth. If these people have not heard about the Wall of Fire, I just gave them pneumonia. Their belief is that if you're not prepared to hear this, you'll catch pneumonia. Now the good news is, it's science fiction, so they won't catch pneumonia, but they actually believe they'll catch pneumonia. Are you still mocking up your reactive mind? Never give them real information. Oh. It's all common sense. It's stolen from Western philosophy, it's stolen from Eastern religions. L. Ron Hubbard never had an original thought. L. Ron Hubbard said the best way to control people is to lie to them. Does that sound like a church? Should human trafficking be part of your church? Should child abuse be part of your church? Why did the church defend Danny Masterson? So you're okay with human trafficking? I should allow human trafficking, is that what you're saying? I'm just an agitator? Folks, it's Scientology. It's Scientology. They won't tell you, but it's Scientology. Oh, sorry.
Where's Scientology?
That. Dianetics is Scientology. So they're also over on Clark Street, 650 Clark Street. So
messed up.
Yes. Yes, it is messed up.
Next thing I know,
Absolutely correct. Remember, Dianetics is Scientology.
Yep, absolutely.
Deceptive marketing is their first course. How's your PTS course coming along? Dianetics is Scientology. Dianetics is Scientology. Scientology's operating Thetan 3. It's the wall of fire. They believe that in a galaxy far away there was overpopulation, and Xenu came and rounded up all of the bad Thetans. He froze them like popsicles, put them on DC-8s, brought them to Earth, threw them in volcanoes, and blew those volcanoes up with hydrogen bombs. Now granted, 76 trillion years ago, none of that stuff existed, but that's what they believe. It's called the Wall of Fire, operating Thetan 3. Oh, here we have Olga. We got Olga back there. It's Scientology, just so you know, ma'am. It's Scientology. Yep, that's free, and then they'll ask you to buy a book. Are you okay with human trafficking? Are you okay with child abuse? That's Scientology. Serge Del Mar, one of their members, was brought to America from Mexico as a child. He was made to audit, which is what you're doing right here, you're auditing. He was made to audit adults, and these adults would tell them perverse stories. That's child abuse. That's also human trafficking. He was separated from his parents. Jenna Miscavige, the niece of Scientology's current leader, David Miscavige, was also hidden away and taken from his parents. Why is Danny Miscavige still a member in good standing with Scientology, having sexually abused 3 of their members, being found guilty of 2 of them? And the church defended him. And the church cut loose the victims when the victims went to the police. So how many more crimes should it be okay? Chase fraud. They have all the personal information of their members, so they signed up those members for credit cards. They ran those credit cards up and then defaulted on those credit cards. You can look up the Chase wave. No Scientology today? Careful, sir. When you make contact, there'll be a problem. How you doing? Oh, where did Ludmilla go? And did she have a bag? Did Ludmilla have a bag with her? Our fellow in red here, trying to be the body blocker. Scientology. Ooh, Scientology tech failing. L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology, said the best way to control people is to lie to them. Communication is a universal solvent. Let's start a comm cycle. Are you ready for the comm cycle? Nope. So it's confront and shatter? Or is it cower and scatter? Communication, as easy as the ocean. Yeah, he's not a good auditor, right? Because he should have his eyes on the needle. He won't be able to detect what's going on there, so he won't be able to word clear here. He won't be able to see those instances where the engrams are showing up, right? Any self-help book would tell you the exact same thing. Remember when I told you they're just going to sell you? This is the sales part of it. That's the cheap one. The next one's twice as expensive. I'm going to get this guy to get his steps count today. I'm the exercise community for him today. Why are you so ashamed of what you're doing? Why are you hiding? L. Ron Hubbard said that hiding was down tone, right? So you're down the tone scale. We never hide, we only promote, right? Do you remember that? L. Ron Hubbard, all organizations should live on their book sales and on their courses. We should never fundraise. Fundraising always ends in failure. Hey, can you remind me how you got this big ideal org here? Because you went against your founder's thoughts. Source was wrong? Danny Masterson is in prison for 30 years to life, but he's still a member of Scientology in good standing. His victims were kicked out of the Church of Scientology when they told the police. Don't ever give them your real name. Dianetics equals Scientology. Don't ever give them your real name and number. L. Ron Hubbard didn't believe cigarettes gave you cancer. He said you get cancer because you don't drink enough or you don't smoke enough cigarettes. And he's the one whose mind cult you're going to walk into, right? If he was so right about smoking, he's got to be right. Look, I can go up on the sidewalk without having to go up the sidewalk. Hey, buddy. Scientology, don't pay attention. Hello. Oh, look, double block. Have they told you you're Scientology yet? Ma'am, I have the proper names of all of the victims. I can give you any of the names of their victims. This isn't made up. Lisa McPherson, Danny Masterson, Ellie Perkins. Right. Ellie Perkins is dead. Lisa McPherson is dead. Danny Masterson is in jail for 30 years to life. His victims were kicked out of the church. The church backed up Danny Masterson, not the victims. It's Scientology. Thank you. Whitney Mills is another one. Thank you. I love that reaction. Not a big fan of our Scientologists?
Would not let it break the machinery.
Just so you know, they're Scientology. They won't tell you that. Okay, thank you.
I grew up in the 80s.
Nice. That's when they were cool.
Drug test? Stress test. Stress test. Yep, I'm good.
It's Scientology.
I'm stress-free.
Yep, good for you. Just so you know, it's Scientology. They won't tell you they're Scientology, but they're Scientologists.
I just
Yeah.
thought that.
Yep.
You know, it's always good to be open.
I will say, I don't mind their philosophy or their thinkings. It's the crimes. So the human trafficking and the child abuse, I'm against that. You're against that too,
What are
right?
you filming stuff here?
Oh, I don't want them ever to be able to get more members.
You don't want to be into this.
But, so I should be okay with human trafficking?
That's what they do?
Yes,
They might argue that.
they would argue that.
I
And
don't
they've
know
lost
enough.
they've lost in court every time. So Lisa McPherson, dead at their hands, right? Danny Masterson, he's in jail after sexually abusing 3 of their members. When they went to the police, they kicked the victims out. They didn't kick Danny Masterson out. Serge Del Mar, he was a child auditor. When he was young, he was in Mexico. They brought him here, separated him from his parents. He used to audit, which is really what this guy's doing. He's auditing her, trying to figure out what she does wrong in life so that they can blackmail you later on when they do this. Now, she would be able to tell him the most perverse things. He can't leave. So that's a 14-year-old having to listen to something perverse like that. So when I say child abuse, I have that. And I will tell you that if you ever look up the victims, Lisa McPherson, Serge Del Mar, Ellie Perkins, Whitney Mills, all of them died. So Ellie Perkins, she had a mental breakdown. She had a little car accident, fender bender, right? EMTs bring her to the hospital.
You've kind of made this a
Yeah,
mission of yours of sorts?
I do not want them to grow in my, I want to protect my town against them. They're a business. They are not a church.
with Dianetics?
They're a business. Yes. Look, this is called body routing. There's a course. TR7 is to help you draw me. She's going to physically draw you away from
My
me.
theory is I like listening to.
Yeah, I know. And I'm not against their thoughts.
I'm not educated enough to know, so.
I appreciate it. Body routing. I can't remember if that's TR8 or TR7 because if it's public. Look any of it up. Right? They're Scientologists. It's Scientology, don't ever go there. By the way, that's Scientology, it's a human trafficking cult. Yep. You want to know the victim's name? I'll give you the victims' names. Look up Serge Del Mar. Look up Lisa McPherson. Real proper names. You can look it up on the internet. You'll be able to find the stories. They're court cases. These aren't stories, these are court cases. Do not give them your real name and number. No problem. If you'll walk over here, I can give you a card to show you more of what they do wrong. Okay. I just want to be off their property. So if those are just some of the proper noun names of the victims of their cult. These are their silly beliefs. I don't care about their beliefs. I care about their crimes, right? So anybody, people will say, by confessing who they are, right? They like deceptive marketing.
Okay.
What's worse is you're also going to see Way to Happiness, CCHR, which is a human rights group, Narcanon and Criminon, they're front groups for this. And all it does is it brings those people who are down on their luck right to Scientology.
They know how to
Yep.
capture people.
Yes.
Okay.
And they told you I was a criminal, I assume. They don't know any crimes, but I'm a criminal. Thank you. Hey, do we have any under the radars that know who this person is? Right? Who am I looking at there? So she's kind of feels like senior exec, knows the lay of the land. There are no new Scientologists that have started Scientology in Chicago. It's a cult of Scientology. Be careful. Don't give them your name. Good. Thank you, sir. Right. No new Scientologists have started in Chicago since their grand opening in March. Multi-hundreds of millions of dollars to build an org. Ma'am, it's Scientology. They won't tell you, but it's Scientology. It's Scientology. They won't tell you they're Scientology, but that's a cult of Scientology. They do human trafficking and child abuse. How are you doing?
Is that what you're trying to let people know?
Yes, I don't like child. We don't like child abuse, right? No. Okay, good. Yeah.
I don't like Scientology either.
Correct. I don't care about their beliefs. I think they're crazy, but I don't care about their beliefs. I care about their crimes.
Well, their beliefs.
They do lead to it. It is. I will say it's a mind control process, right? In regards to what's going on, they try to suck you in.
When Dianetics was first starting, I was living in New York City. I had 3 friends who got involved with it. They basically became isolated from the rest of us.
Yep.
2 of them committed suicide. I don't know what happened to the 3rd.
I'm so tragic.
I mean, it's tragic.
It is not a rare story. By no means a rare story. So the first thing you do when you're a cult is you isolate, right? Make you part of the group. It's Scientology. Don't ever give them your name and address.
Keep it up. A lot of people might not know.
You know what?
They have a big center right over there.
Yeah, I'm there every day. I do not want them to get a foothold in my city.
Do you have a personal experience with them?
I know plenty of people that are second-generation Scientologists who had to escape. Think about it. You have to escape a church. How do you escape?
From Mormonism too.
Right.
And from Catholicism.
Yep. Now, Catholicism is easier to leave, but I would say that Mormonism, right, that the shunning and Amish will shun, but they have a different term for it, and here it's disconnection, right?
It's all shunning.
But again, if I can't isolate you, I want to make sure that you stay away from anybody that has an opinion different than mine.
You look at the MAGA people.
Yep. Yes.
Works the same way. It's all around us.
Yep. Just so you know, that's Scientology.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Just take it for the plot.
No problem. Don't give them your real name and number. It's Scientology. They don't like to admit it. You're very welcome. Why is Danny Masterson still a member in good standing of Scientology, but his victims have been moved away from Scientology? How did Lisa McPherson die? How did Ellie Perkins die? How did Whitney Mills die? Just look up those names. Lisa McPherson, Whitney Mills, Ellie Perkins. They're dead. All of those people are dead.
I do like to know about the history of walking.
Well, we were walking to get coffee.
Oh, yeah, that's that fucking books. We don't even care about that.
We saw it being set up yesterday, but we were like, free stress test?
So you're ready to hand out for the human trafficking cult and the child abusing cult?
Free stress test.
It's Dianetics, so it's Scientology. They won't tell you their church is Scientology, but they're Scientologists.
Hello.
They believe that a galactic overlord brought in all of the overpopulated people from the planet 76 trillion years ago, brought them to Earth, put them in volcanoes, blew them up with hydrogen bombs, and that's their mythology. And I don't care about that. They can be as crazy as they want to. I don't like child abuse. I don't like elder abuse. I don't like financial fraud. I don't like human trafficking. You'll notice that they have people here that have an awful lot of foreign accents. They come here on religious visas, and then all of a sudden their passports are gone. So, but if that's something you can support, good on you.
It is good. They got some really cool stuff.
They were selling a whole like roasted chicken in there. I was like, it's kind of crazy for that one.
It's really good.
I was gonna get some food. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I was thinking.
By the way, he's actually a member. He's actually a staff member. So don't let anybody kid. He's a staff member. By the way, that's Scientology that you just got a flyer from.
Oh, I know. I got some great friends who are Scientologists. Wonderful food.
Yep. You're okay with the human trafficking and the child abuse?
I don't look too deeply about it.
Oh, so turn your head the other way when crimes are being committed. Awesome.
Who are you working for?
I'm not working for anybody. I don't.
But what's the agenda like? Are you?
That I don't
how
like.
did you
I don't
get-
like human trafficking.
How did you?
I know
get,
many. I know many
involved?
second-generation people that had to escape this. They were
Oh,
abused
really?
as children.
Were
They
you
were.
a Scientologist?
I was
You
not
knew
a
some
Scientologist.
people in-
I've read Dianetics because I want to know what their thoughts are.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are they?
Well, the modern, the history of modern medical health or mental health, it's all common sense. L. Ron Hubbard was such a bad usurper of other people's reading and books that it's mostly Eastern philosophy and Western philosophy. There's nothing in that book that isn't common sense. Except if you look at page 349, you'll see that if a girl child is kissed by an adult in a sensual way, she should be okay with that because in a prior lifetime, that was okay. So if that's something you're okay with, that's fine.
That's interesting. How long you been doing this for?
A couple of years.
Yeah. You get a good response from it, like.
I do.
You building like a community out of it? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to be anti-human trafficking.
Well, there's more to it. You know, obviously they're not just.
So the other one, they're not a church. They're a business. They're selling books. That's all they're doing is selling books and selling courses.
What do you think they do that's positive?
Yep. Yep. You want to talk to me?
Just to let you know, my camera is recording. I'm sure so is yours. No problem at all. So what's going on, sir?
Absolutely nothing. The gentleman was asking me a question. He approached me. I was talking to him.
Okay. I guess with the phone, you're getting into people's faces.
Show me. I've got a video of it.
I'm asking.
I am not. I am not. And by the way, your sergeant, Makara, he tried, a bald guy, Makarski, Sergeant Makarski. He gave me the same rundown in front of the church, and then when the Scientologists came up to me with their phones in their face, he said, "Oh, that's no crime." So take your yellow snow and eat it someplace else. I don't care. If this is a consensual, talk, I no longer consent. I'm done with my consensual talk.
Any kind of aggression towards you. I'm just trying to hear your
Well,
part of the
you just
story.
told me that I put my phone in people's faces.
I asked you.
Why? Why did you ask me that?
Because that was the call, so I'm trying to
Okay.
understand your side of
Bring me
the
the evidence. Bring me the evidence.
No, that's what I was told about the call. That's
Okay,
all, sir.
no problem.
So I
I've
wanted
got
to hear your
watch
side.
the live stream. If you'd like to watch the live stream, I can show you that I
I'm
didn't prep.
asking you to hear your side.
Yep, you've heard my side.
Your side was that.
I have not put my phone in people's faces. I understand the First Amendment rights. Just so you know, that's Scientology.
Yes.
Okay. It's on video, so you can listen to their words or my video. Folks, it's Scientology. It's Scientology. Just be careful. So see, did you see me put my phone in anybody's face?
I wasn't facing that way, so I can't answer that.
All right. Awesome defense. For Scientology. It's Scientology. Don't bring your kids anywhere near it.
Free stress test. Free stress test.
Am I filming in public? Yes, I am. You're not on. You're not on camera. We're trying to see if the Chicago police are going to trump up charges again because they've been so well safe pointed by the cult of Scientology. McCarskey goes in on a regular basis. We've seen the superintendent in there several times. Officer Dolan, I'm sorry, Sergeant Dolan. Also somebody, remember when he would wash the sidewalks for Scientology?
Okay.
How are you doing? Yes?
So I'd just like to know what your take is here.
I don't like child trafficking and...
No, you don't have to go intense. I dislike them too.
Yeah.
And I know who they are.
I just want to protect people from not doing it.
Rima and all of the people
Leah
that
Remini?
come out.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
Oh, you gave that back? So you don't want to be part of Scientology?
Is this one of your things to just make people aware? Or
Yes,
what?
100% being aware. I don't want people to
I see
join.
you filming,
I
too.
don't want people to join. Yep.
All right. Well, I think as long as you're peaceful and respectful to everybody, I think what you're doing is a good thing for society.
Thank you, sir.
Because, you know, as long as, like I say, no breaking of
100%.
laws and whatnot, because these guys are bad news, man. And I understand freedom of religion, but they take it too far.
They're a business. They're not a religion.
Yeah, exactly. Tom Cruise is
Yes.
delusion. All
Yes.
right, thanks, dude.
Take care. It's Scientology, just so you're aware.
What is? I don't know.
They're Scientology. It's the cult of Scientology. So that fake thing that Tom Cruise does,
Yeah.
that's them. But they're involved in human trafficking, child abuse.
Shit, are you
Yeah.
serious?
Oh, yeah. So it's terrible. So if you walk,
Thank you for doing that.
no problem.
Letting people know.
I appreciate it. I can't hand you literature here, but if you walk to the sidewalk, I can hand you a piece of literature that'll show you some of the victims of their cult.
I can Google it.
You can. So
Oh, yeah,
look up Lisa McPherson, Danny Masterson, Ellie Perkins. Well, Danny's in jail. His victims were kicked out of the church because they went to the police. He's still in good standing.
Both at the fair.
Well, I'll say this. I don't care about their religion or their beliefs. I care about their crimes.
That's what I care about.
Just so you know, it's Scientology. Don't let her give them your name and number. You'll never get off their list. Yeah, do not give. It's the Church of Scientology. They're involved in human trafficking. They're involved in child abuse. It's a money-hungry business. They're going to tell her that something's wrong with her and then say, if you buy this book, we can fix it. Just be very careful.
No, I hear you. I don't think there's anything wrong with her.
Hey, did you see the camera that time? So you haven't seen this way for the last 15 minutes, huh? Yeah, that's good. Let's have a conversation. That's good. We should have a conversation. I like that. We should have a conversation.
Okay, I was trying to, but you really didn't want to.
I answered all of your questions.
Right, but I'm not being hostile to
I answered all of your questions, correct?
Okay, so then why, I don't understand what you want to talk about if you don't want to.
Yeah, they're just looking for a partner for federal because the street's blocking off that event.
Look up Lisa McPherson. She died at their hands. She had a mental breakdown. The EMTs took her to the hospital. Scientology broke her out of the hospital. They tied her up and bound her. They locked her in a room. 17 days later, they tried to get her back to the hospital. She was DOA.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, that's what you're saying.
Still didn't see anything, right? Because you want to close your eyes? But did you see the camera go in his face? Yeah. Did you see the camera go in his face? Okay. So why are you still here? Okay. You can. I agree. If you believe this is the best use of Chicago's resources to support the human trafficking cult. Yep. And having been dispatched, what's the crime that you found? What's the crime that you're investigating? If there is no crime to investigate, you're done. It's a human trafficking cult. Don't give them your real name and number. Danny Masterson is in jail for 30 years to life because he assaulted 3 women. Those 3 women were kicked out of the church when they came forward and told the police. That's what you're getting involved in right now. Do not give them their real name and number. So, folks, if she's still here, I know that the sergeant's coming. So if the sergeant's coming, they're going to try and do a complaint. It's probably going to be Dolan. It might be McCarskey. So she identified the sergeant. The sergeant is parked over there on State Street. Take out your phone and look up Lisa McPherson. You'll find out Lisa McPherson is dead at their hands. Look up Ellie Perkins. Ellie Perkins is dead. Her son had a mental breakdown because they won't give you medical drugs that are psychiatric. Very well.
Sir, I'll be.
Are you asking me to do something in public?
I'm asking you to just stay right here. I'll come back and I'll have a conversation.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you. You shouldn't eat yellow snow.
I'm Sergeant Gribb.
I appreciate Sergeant Gribb.
All right, guys.
There is no expectation of privacy in public.
Sir, I'm asking to be. I'm doing an investigation, so I'm going to talk to you.
Am I being detained?
You are not being detained. You are free to go if you want to go.
Then I'm free to stay.
Okay, but I would like you to stay to where I can conduct my investigation, where I can talk to both parties independently. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to have her by you while I'm talking to you.
All right, I'll let her tell you her lies first.
I'm going to listen to her side of the story. I'm
Yep.
going to come listen to your side of the story. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do have body cam on. Oh, that's right. I need to get. Yeah, I need the incident number. Thank you.
Yes, sir. My camera's recording too. I forgot to inform you that.
No problem. Yep.
I see you have your camera.
Yeah,
So
I heard
what-
the aggression, and by the way, I have not approached anybody yet. I have stand my ground. People have walked up to me.
Okay. It's all in perception, I would say, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to come up with a peaceful resolution so everybody can enjoy this outside festival,
Yep.
and we don't have to. I'm not looking for any kind of conflict. I'm not looking to.
That's absolutely fine.
You know, I'm not looking to.
I appreciate it.
Remove you. I'm just having a conversation at this point, and just trying to reason with you.
Mhm.
Okay. Some people may find offense when a camera comes very close to them. Okay. And we all
Agreed.
have our personal space.
Agreed.
Like, I've got my gap here with you.
Got a video. Don't worry about it. I've not come close to anybody. And I told your officer. I apologize. I'm not diminishing. McCarskey gave me the same thing on Memorial Day. You can't put your camera in anybody's face. I have never put my camera in somebody's face. When Scientology put their camera in my face, he said, "Oh, that's okay. They can do that." So
That sounds something unusual for.
You wanna see the video?
particular-
You wanna see the video?
No, I want to talk about just what happened today. I'm not talking about what happened.
right, we want to forget the past, right? Your past
Well,
aggression.
I'm more. I take things day by day, so you know.
Okay. Well, then today, have you seen me put my camera in somebody's face?
Not since I have been here, but
Thank you.
there are people that say are giving accounts, and I'm not giving detailed
Yep.
accounts, but they are saying that
I'm really good with the 2 pieces of video.
they perceive that you are being
Mhm.
a little aggressive with your camera.
Mhm.
So I'm asking you at this point, just so we can all just keep the peace.
Yep.
Just keep our distance. You're free to record all you want.
I
in
agree.
public. You're free to be here. However,
Thank you for permitting my rights. I really appreciate that.
Well, I'm here to defend everybody's rights.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm just reaching out to let's come up with an understanding of
I have a perfect
so
understanding.
We all can enjoy this today.
I am not doing anything to approach anybody. I am telling a truth. They have a freedom of religion to express their beliefs.
Okay.
I have a freedom of press and a freedom of religion to express my beliefs.
Correct. So
I understand
can
that I
we
have
do
to keep
this from
personal
a
space.
Decent, comfortable space. For
Absolutely.
each other
I agree.
For the rest of the day.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Oh, sir. Come back. One more thing. You do understand those some. No, never mind. We're good. We're good. We got a resolution. I'm good. Are you good?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You'll notice that I actually don't film people. I film the table until people ask me to be on the film.
I just based on what people report to me.
Uh-huh. I'm 12 feet tall. I just reported you I'm 12 feet tall. Am I 12 feet tall?
If you think you're 12 feet tall,
So that's how it works. If I think that. So if they think that, then it's true.
I look at you and I go, no, you're not 12 feet tall. So then I know you're not credible.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys. Oh, by the way, pound sand, fella. Pound sand. He's been trying to get me for 2 hours.
We have a resolution for now.
I'm really serious. Do not let her give a real name and number. Hopefully you were hearing him. You probably heard him on my mic, but I had the other mic out there as well.
I'm really glad we bought these
I brought a whole big empty backpack just to carry books.
Just, you know, they're Scientologists, right?
Uh-huh, I know.
Okay. Human trafficking and child abuse. This will be the cheap book. Every book from here gets more expensive. If you look at any book, any word in that book, it's mostly common sense. One of the passages on page 349, you're going to find out that a young girl, if she's kissed by an older gentleman, she should not object because in a prior lifetime she did something to pull that in. That's what this church believes. So when I say that they're a human trafficking cult, I'm not joking. Look up Serge Del Mar. Look up Lisa McPherson. Look up Ellie Perkins. Look up Whitney Mills. It is nothing but a money-hungry organization. We've got a wagon full of kids here. I'll give you the executive summary. Pound sand. If you go on the sidewalk, I can't hand you something here, but if you go on the sidewalk, I can give you a piece of paper that'll tell you all of these things that I'm talking about. All right. Just please let her know that. I liked how the cop said, "Hey, that's being aggressive." Hey cop, you can pound sand too. Now, usually what's going to happen is they're going to try to take up an angle somewhere around here, so that they can observe me from a distance. Now, again, I don't worry about it because you guys have been watching me for months. Be very careful. Remember our public? So this is the one that got pulled in from her daughter and from Chadwick Burke when she was out in front of the org, right? She wanted to tell us that Scientology has helped her. So the woman that was just sitting down here, and you heard me talk to her friends, she's been talking to her friend pretty intently since they walked over there. So I think that they have every understanding of, they took what I said to heart. Oh, the daughter's here. Remember the daughter in the pink sweatsuits? So, right, multi-generational Scientologist Publix. Hey, Sarah, thank you very much. And yes, I appreciate that. Yeah, Haggis Basher, you're 100% correct, right? We saw that they tried to pretend that the one guy was just a citizen or a civilian that walked up and was going to hand out his flyers. He's a local staff member, right? So he's a staff member here in Chicago. We've seen him several times. I don't have a name on him. And again, if there's any under the radars who can help me unveil the names, I would love it. Again, you can reach me anytime you want to at windycitythetanwatch@gmail.com. or contact at windycitythetanwatch.com. So now what they're trying to do is they're going to try to get me to put a kid on camera, right? Sorry. You're good. I can tell the security guy is trying to get his buddy. It's Scientology. Be very careful.
Let's go to the winter. Yeah.
Congratulations on making staff. I like when you got the full suit on. Got Nino Aquino here, right? The guy in the red shirt on the left. Miss, it's Scientology. Be very careful. Don't give them your name or address. They're involved in human trafficking. They're involved in child abuse. Want to let the officers know how I put my camera in her face again? You want to go lie? You want to go tell the shore story? Right? Acceptable lies. L. Ron Hubbard said you can tell acceptable lies, right? You can't defeat the video, you can't defeat the truth. Did you see her slowly back away? She did kind of like the Three Stooges. She goes, slowly I turn, step by step. They won't tell you, but it's Scientology.
Yeah. It looks like it's garbage.
Wait, let me see you turn up.
There you go.
Thank you. You almost got that one, huh? So the whole day, the only real thing that has happened here in regards to people invading personal space have been the police and the organizer, the police, the security, and the organizer who have encroached on my space, right? So they've harmed my freedoms. They've prevented me from being here freely. Scientology lied to them. Scientology told them a story. I have the video. And again, folks, you remember, I've always got the body camera on here as well as this. So the body camera is always facing forward. Sometimes I've got the camera facing different directions. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking around. By the way, every time I talk, there's a table next to you, right? So these people oftentimes turn their head whenever I'm saying something. Howdy. It's on the table, not on you.
Okay. No, it's okay. I'm just trying not to get in the way.
Thank you so much, Juanita. Juanita, I need better help on speaking Spanish. I know I'll never remember it, but I agree, Haggis Basher. You know, that is, again, that call out. It's Scientology. Just so you're aware, it's Scientology. They're the cult of human trafficking. They're the cult that supports child abuse. Danny Masterson is still in jail for 30 years. He's a member in good standing. Serge Del Mar was abused by adults when he was an auditor in this church. I'm hearing an accent. You know what? I'm gonna take. Oh, I thought I saw a garbage can earlier. Oh, there's one. Folks, I need to get rid of some garbage. Oh, but what I was saying is that if you ever want to come down here and help protest, I would always encourage you to do that. It's not that hard, right? You know, there's some patterns that I have to remember and kind of get that idea out there that people don't understand that Dianetics is Scientology, right? If you want tips, if you want tricks, if you want to understand, if you want to see the flyers, if you want to understand who the people, the victims of this cult are, right? We've got Ellie Perkins, we've got Whitney Mills. Remember, right, the girl in the gray shirt? Hey, I don't think they want you blocking people's traffic, so you might want to fix that. Just so you know, it's Scientology. That's Scientology. That flyer you just got is Scientology. Sorry. Just be very careful. Don't ever give them your real name and number. They're a human trafficking cult. So they didn't even admit to you they were Scientology, right? It's Scientology. It's Scientology. It's a human trafficking cult. She said thank you. Ask them about Xenu. Ask them about Scientology. They can't talk about Scientology because the first rule of Scientology is it's Scientology. By the way, that's Scientology.
Oh, I know.
All right. Do you want those? Do you want those? All right. Thank you. Hey, officers, did you notice I didn't get my camera in anybody's face? It's Scientology. They're Scientology. They don't like to tell people they're Scientology. I just want to remind people they're Scientology. I love that no shaking head. By the way, when I said that, a couple of people in the line, they turned over here and they knew what the next line was. It's Scientology. It's the Church of Scientology. They're a human trafficking cult. Don't give them your real name. Take care, lady. They told you it's a stress test. It's Scientology. Just so you know, that flyer was Scientology. They won't tell you. Thank you.
I know.
All right.
I was polite.
Thank you. Do you want that? Thank you so much. They knew that it was Scientology. They just wanted to be polite. And by the way, I have no problem with people being polite, right? You've seen me take a flyer from one of them before. Folks, really love the likes. Please think about subscribing. You've been very generous today. I really appreciate that. If this is the kind of thing that you can get behind, the support of anti-Scientology movement, please let me know. Just so you know, they're Scientology.
Oh, cool.
No, not cool.
Well, I saw Elron, and my
Yes.
friend calls my friend Lauren Elron.
Nice. Oh, that's right. They're here tomorrow, too. Folks, let's get the word out. If you're in Chicago, please, let's make sure. We're not going to organize anything, but I will say the Church of Scientology will be here tomorrow trying to proselytize its false beliefs here, expressing to everybody how their human trafficking cult is something that you should get involved with. Don't ever give them your name. Don't ever give them your real phone number or your email address. You'll never get away from it. Do you know who they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said Scientologist,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
They won't tell you that. They won't tell you that.
Really?
The other one to look out for is CCHR, which is their human rights organization, Narcanon, Criminon, Way to Happiness. They'll pass out flyers. The Way to Happiness is a little green flyer that they'll pass out. And they look so innocuous. Oh, isn't that such nice stuff? Let me go in there. And then you end up buying all of these books. You go on course. And again, I don't care about their beliefs. That's fine. People question everybody's beliefs. But I don't like the crimes and I don't like the abuses. And they have been known to mentally abuse people, to sexually abuse people, to human trafficking and child abuse. If you can get behind those things, then go for it.
Yeah, difficult. Not our favorite thing.
Nice.
Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Travel day? Oh no, you got to get a lot of books. You got to get a lot of books.
So that they can look at books.
Yes.
I don't think you can squeeze in a body and a suitcase in this line.
Nice. I will say, I love this festival. Everything except for one table. I've always been a big fan of this. So.
I can tell, and I can understand why.
If you look at the back of that e-meter, it'll be a label that says this is not a medical device because they were caught lying to the FDA with it. The FDA makes them put a sticker on the back of every one of those e-meters.
Some people will do anything to belong.
Yes. And again, I don't care about their belongingness. I don't care. The belongingness is what pulls you in and makes you do things that you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can have strange beliefs, and who doesn't think that Christianity or Judaism or Islam, right? Yeah. so there's plenty of people that, it's a questionable story. And I don't care about the story. I care about the crimes, right?
Servitude.
Yes. Isolationism, right? The idea that they pull you in. Why can I not talk to somebody? Like, you'll notice that none of them is allowed to talk to me.
Wow.
It's a directive that they cannot talk to me.
Oh, wow.
I'll always ask them this question. Can you talk about the Church of Scientology? And they can't say anything, right? And it's like, that's probably a cult.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big, huge red sign.
Yep. I'm worried about the young lady behind the table right now.
Yeah.
It's the Church of Scientology. They're a human trafficking cult. You're fine. They support child abuse. They promote child abuse. They promote human trafficking. They promote financial fraud. Look up the Chase Wave. Look up Lisa McPherson. Look up Whitney Mills. Oh, no sale. Threat.
I got resent at one point, and it wasn't a little credit, but we just had this one. But yeah, they're just standing there reading it.
Hey, folks, if there's anybody in Chicago, near Chicago, around Chicago, hi Free Xenu Project, hi Bobby Joe Kellogg, hi Corn Freak, hi Heli Gear. Hi, I know that some people can't come, legally obliged not to be here. Free stress test from Scientology. No Scientology for you today? Never in. Come down and see us tomorrow. You know, I think that Trashy just found other interests. It might be that in wintertime, right? In the summertime, he's such a car enthusiast that I think he's just really taking advantage of the car shows and the car clubs. But hopefully we'll see him back this winter. No Scientology for you today? By the way, I love the nods of these people's faces. All right, I'm gonna walk along the sidewalk here real quick. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to see if they're out other places because they probably have to be within some proximity of their table to pass stuff out.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, I didn't see that. I'm glad you called it out.
And there are tables that I haven't seen yet today. Now, the Dianetics one, right, is their big seller. All right, I'm gonna head over to 7-Eleven. I'll see if we can look through some of these messages. I know that, right, there's probably been 1,000 messages and chats, and there's no way I ever catch back up to those. I hope that you guys understand that, right? I really had to be paying attention, right? I can't bump or jostle anybody. I need to have my wits about me when I'm talking to the police. I need to have my wits about when I'm talking to security. Again, we saw that it was absolutely ineffective, right? That they could not get security to stop me. They couldn't get the organization sponsor to stop me. They got their permit out, and the permit says that I need to be disrupting, almost to the point of physical. But again, even yelling, I wouldn't say that I've ever been in somebody's face yelling. I have had to talk loudly to let my voice cover a distance, but I didn't go up into anybody's face yelling. I will say that when the police encroached upon me, I did talk more loudly. I really want to know who these two civilians are, because these two civilians have been kind of safe pointing this cop for quite some time. We're going to take a look at it. I'm going to go, they're behind this mini mobile trailer right now. I'm going to get behind that. Oh, okay, so it's because this is kind of where their staging, one of their staging areas are. But I want to get a good face shot of them and just see, again, if we have an under the radar or somebody here in Chicago knows who these people might be, I really appreciate some identifying information. So they're going inside. They saw me, so they're going inside, right? Folks, if you want to give them a challenge tomorrow, they will be here again tomorrow. This is a 2-day festival. I've talked about this much of the summer, right? We knew that this was coming. We had every expectation that they would have a table out. They do have a table out. Yeah, I think when he said instead of confront and shatter, it's cower and scatter, right? I just want to keep the alliteration there. Folks, I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to go buy another bottle of water. I'm going to start heading away from here. I didn't want to head away straight from the or from the table. I don't want them to know they can relax, but I will say this: if any of you is anywhere near the area, just drop by. Tell them I said hi. I'm going to go grab a water real quick. Folks, as I take the walk, I'll start scrolling back and look through some of those messages. I really appreciate it. We've had some very generous people here with some super chats. I do need to restore my my flyers. Sorry.
I'm doing. Wait. I'll be watching the videos. How they
They're back this way. It's back on me. I don't like to do it in private. You guys don't want to be on there.
No, it's okay. Wrong there.
Thank you.
Where are you going?
Do you live in the neighborhood?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago.
I'm anti-Scientology.
Okay.
They're new here. These are all the crimes that they commit.
Okay.
I just want to share that with you. And then you can see my website on there, or my YouTube page.
You're doing a good thing.
Thank you so much. Okay, folks, I don't know if you just heard that interaction, right? He is local to Chicago. Oop. I almost did the fall over thing. He is local to Chicago. He said I was doing a good thing. He did take my card. Oh. Miss? Ma'am? Excuse me, ma'am? I saw you at Scientology.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on
Okay,
there.
so they're a criminal organization.
Yeah, I
If you ever
know.
look at this. So, okay, I just
didn't
want you...
realize what was going on until he handed me the book. I was like, oh, I gotta get out of here.
No problem, no problem. If you ever want to learn more,
Thank you.
that'll give you a
and
scan
then
code.
I saw you and I was like, this ain't good.
No problem.
I gotta go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Look at that. I love when I get going away from the org wins. So that was one of the women that sat down, did the e-meter near the end, right? Oh, sorry folks, you were all looking at me. I hate when I don't get YouTube credit for some of this stuff. But we saved another one. She did take my card. She was the one, and she gave her name. And By the way, I mentioned her name on the video, so we'll be able to see that. Oh, you know what? We need to go close their curtains, don't we? Let me turn you around for just a second again. So we're on Harrison. We'll head down to the org. By the way, they do hand out flyers, right? They were able to hand out plenty of flyers today. I'm not able to intercept everything. I have to kind of stay kind of cool with the law, not violating any laws. Again, my goal is not to be arrested. I want to be there as long as I can. I've got a family obligation, folks, so a very special family obligation. I just squirted water. Sorry, I got my water here. What was I saying here? Oh, we're going to go by the org, and we're going to go get the curtains down. Oh. Thank you. The police are against me today. Sorry. They were able to hand out flyers, and some of those flyers will end up enticing people to walk into this organization. So in addition to going anywhere near that table in Printers Row, now remember, the Printers Row Fest, what is it? Literary Fest or Lit Fest, it's the entire length of Dearborn from the Congress or Ida B. Wells Avenue, or Ida B. Wells Expressway, not sure, all the way down to Polk, and then it goes from Clark over to, I think Financial, it might be, no, Plymouth, from Clark to Plymouth. Folks, today I thought I was going to come down here and just sit in front of the Students Org. That is awesome. You know, I don't know, can somebody do a quick look up and see how late this goes tonight? So here we are at Scientology. We have some balloons inside, but it's empty. So they've gotten no takers so far here. And we'll see if we can get this guy up from his desk. I just saw somebody walk through the cafeteria. We've got somebody sitting at the admin desk here. As soon as he sees me, I'm sure that he'll walk forward here. Oh, there's Ludmilla, right? There goes Olga. So Olga's going to go out the back. The guys always do the door first. So folks, you're seeing, right, the empty Scientology org here. Several hundreds of millions of dollars, right? The guys always do the door first. Not sure why. Folks, I hope that you never feel that I'm trying to shame anybody for the way that they protest. You folks being in here watching this is the thing that gives me support that says, hey, what I'm doing here has value to somebody. And it shows Scientology, right, that there are plenty of people willing to watch the protesting of this group, right? So yeah, Scientology is hiding from public, right? They can't have their shades up. It's funny. Closed, right? Scientology's closed today. So you just saw the hunchback, that right, the red blob that was at the org the whole time. He just came by. We saw the mother and the daughter who several months ago, right, we were out here, Free Xeno Project was out here. We had a conversation with her. She said, hey, you should go try it, read a book, right? Don't discourage us from doing it. Sorry, folks, I need water. Just come in and try it. And then Chadwick came out, and Chadwick couldn't pull her in, and then the daughter had to come out, and the daughter had to pull her in. So again, the cult of Scientology has to pull its shades because they don't want the public to see that they're an empty organization, right? They spent several hundreds of millions of dollars to acquire and renovate this building, and then none of their money is going to good use. There are no new Scientologists in Chicago since the grand opening. Oh, sorry, Juanita. No, several months ago, Chadwick came out to try to pull her in, right? He physically said, don't listen to them. He said, don't listen to them, they're jerks. I remember him saying that, right? So Chadwick called us jerks. All right, let's walk away. Now, Chad Olson is still here. Chadwick Burke, for those of you who don't know, right, there's the boobtology, boobgate incident. That is Chadwick Burke, and he's got an E at the end of both of those names. The one that's still here, the more heavyset, the guy that's here quite a bit, his name is Chadwick Olson. He does not have an E on his first name, but his last name is Olsen. But we did see, again, right, that they can't keep their blinds down. Scientology is just a cult that doesn't stand up to the light of day. I'm not sure if there's a third one. Who do you think is Chad? Sorry, I'm trying to drink water. And I did spill. Adam, I think that's very funny that I did think, right, whether it's a frat house or otherwise, that Chadwick always seemed to be a hoity-toity name to me. And I apologize for all of you in the chat that might be called Chad. So today, again, I came down. I thought that there'd be more of a student presence today. We came across the Lit Fest here in Printers Row. Oh, and I asked you guys a question, and then I didn't look at chat. Does anybody know how long the Lit Fest goes tonight? Because what I might do. Oh, sorry. Now I'm out of juice. So let me. I'm going to get a battery out. We've been out here for a while. So I'm going to get my battery out and we'll recharge this real quick. Oh, it only goes till 6. Yeah. I can't get back down here. I've got a special event with family that I need to attend, right? Folks, I'm going to put you down and make you look at the sky for just a moment while I pull out a battery. We did have a confrontation with police, and I always like that the police say, well, why are you being so confrontational?
Can you go this way or no?
You can, yep.
What are they blocking you off?
There's the Live Fest on Dearborn. Let me put this in here. Now, there was a point when I think that they were setting up a trap to see if I would hand out a flyer. And that was why later in the day, you saw me ask people to walk up on the sidewalk to hand out my flyer. Because that is something I don't have a permit for. And I would guess that, right, that's a handbill. Although, listen, I would probably fight against it in regards to what's going on. Let me see if I can plug this boy in. Sorry, I'm making you all seasick. Oh. Oh no. 1 second. Let me take this off and put it back on. Boo. Okay. All right. Folks, you might get a little seasick. I'm going to hold the phone for a little while. Ugh. Oh, let me turn this around. All right, folks, we'll be a little jittery. What was I trying to say here? Oh, I do think that since I was passing something out, I don't know what the rules are on that, and that could have been an interference, right? That, hey, only people that have paid can hand things out on the premise today, so seems fine. Oh, by the way, let Juanita, if you're still here, it'd be risky to bring signage, so don't bring signage. But I don't think your backpack would be a problem. And again, I don't think that handing out things is a smart play. Now, I might just be stupidly cautious on that. Greg, I appreciate you being here. By the way, I appreciate you all being here. The good thing was, right, that as I got back to the org, we saw a couple of the people that were at the event, at the staffed event. You know what, I want to walk a little bit more. We saw people that were at the staffed event, so they saw me back at the org. They might not yet be comfortable with the idea that I'm not there anymore, but we'll see. T-shirt 100%, Juanita. Like I said, a sign is probably something that's promoting, and that would be against the permit rules. Because you're not a vendor in the space, and then passing things out would not be, you're not a vendor in the space. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just, let me tell you what I think and what I would do in that scenario. Juanita, we need to train me on Spanish. So I do know that one person did sit down. He was the person we saw early on, and he was part of the security team, or at least he was probably part of the custodial team, right? There would have been United Service? I think that's who was kind of the vendor that was doing the admin for the event. Let's see, what else do we have? You know what? Although it's a Saturday and it's later, so they might not be open, but this is the drugstore that DOA saw the Way to Happiness flyers in, and then we saw them the next day. It's just that the next day was a holiday, so the store was closed. Oh, actually, no, it was DNC. So it was because the city center was shut down, right? That, and by shut down, many people just told everybody stay at home, don't come in here in that process. So I do want to look and see if there is somebody in there. There is no way to happiness. So he doesn't have flyers today. All right, we'll keep on walking. I love that Juanita's heading back down there. I'm seeing the Chadwick comments. I see scooter moms, but Wendy, so many protesters can learn from him or you. Listen, I appreciate that. I just want to say that I'm just a guy, right? I try to do what I can. Again, I try to make sure that I stay as clearly on the right side of the law whenever possible, but I do want to make it very, very challenging for Scientology to grow here. There were a lot, by the way, I'm going to need help like crazy with clips because this is going to be a couple hours long, right? There were people all throughout the day who would say, thank you for what you're doing, right? Now, yeah, the police did not say thank you for what you're doing. The police are going to be 100% on the side of Scientology. They're at best neutral and at worst totally corrupt, right? Juanita, so sorry that I can't come join you. Just like I said, family first. And I know you all understand, right? And that's the great thing about people not in Scientology. We're allowed to prioritize our families. Let's try, you know what we'll do? Let's try to stay here as long as possible so that we can go raid Juanita when she comes on. Yeah, I won't be able to get back today. You know, hey, good on you, Scientology. You outlasted me. But I think that I made it very challenging for you. And I made you lie to the public, right? That you would hear him say as the Scientologists sit down is, hey, there's a guy videoing you and he's attacking us, right? And again, while I would say that you're correct, I am trying to harm your organization. Attack is a strong word, right? Juanita does have a channel. Unfortunately, I can never remember it because I think it's something like Spanish for I see you. But the good news is that with Juanita down there, we're going to be able to have a better coverage of Spanish speak. So Juanita can speak both English and Spanish, maybe other languages too. Right, and you saw that I was kind of powerless against the Spanish speakers. If you could all just be patient. And let's see if we can throw our support behind Juanita once she goes live. But let's ask questions. So I can pay attention to the phone right now. So, you know, if you asked me a question an hour ago, by the way, if you're still here after an hour, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yes. Titan Golamira. which I think says, I see you, or I have my eyes on you. Greg, really appreciate you being here. What, I'll say critiques, right? So today I kind of did get suckered in because I felt a little bit poorly that I thought a public came there to start passing out flyers. Like I thought, oh my God, just to piss me off. But I then realized, and I'll try to go through my my videos. He is a staff member. So the guy that was there in the blue jeans, he put his book bag down behind the table and then started handing out the flyers. He was not just somebody that said, oh, cool, I'm going to get behind Scientology. I like what Scientology does. I'm kind of walking up Dearborn right now. By the way, this is the city center, but of the same street that literary fest was on. By the way, if Juanita's looking for that address, right, it was on Polk, basically right across from Root Pizza, or in front of the Dearborn station, right? The Dearborn station is the one that no longer works. It's a retail space. And you're getting some windy wanders right now. Folks, I'm heading home to take family out. Thank you, new name. I really appreciate that. I'm heading home to celebrate a lap around the sun, and I'm going to take the recipient of that lap around the sun out for a nice Michelin-type meal. They deserve it, right? They allow me to put some of my time behind protesting Scientology, right? On the weekends when I'm here, that's time that I'm not spending with my family. Now, the one thing I'll say is that we spend plenty of time together. That's awesome, new name. Glad that you're subbed over there. Hey, Z News. I will say, you guys collected more flyers. It wasn't until the end of the day that I started asking for flyers, and people did give them back pretty quickly. I did remember somebody was about to tear one up, and I said, hey, wait, let me get it on film. So we saw them tear that up. You could tell that Scientology was frustrated all day long. They brought the event organizer over. Well, before the event organizer came over, they brought over security people, right? And it would have been private security. And the private security tried to, I would say, impose upon me. The black male absolutely did encroach on my space. He came very, very close to touching me to get me up on the sidewalk, right? Because he said, here, let's go up on the sidewalk and I'll talk to you. I said, oh, we'll talk right here. Yes, please get over to Z News and subscribe. By the way, Mike as well, right? One of ZU's cohorts. Let's make sure that we're subbed over to Fluffer Squirrel UK. This is the part of the stream that Fuzzy hates. I make her look up all the URLs. Yeah, so private security, they did try to push me off, and then I said, hey, show me the permit. If you show me the permit, I'll leave. And they went to go find the permit, and it took them a while, but then the event organizer came back with the permit, and I overheard them say that, listen, he can do that. It's a public event. So they're standing by it much more than Scientology did, right? On opening day, Scientology should have been allowing the same access that I had today. Scientology had the street closed for a public event. The public should have been available or allowed to go onto that property, onto that street, right? It was public property. Sorry that I got you guys at an angle and you're seeing this big ugly face. They did show me the permit, and I think you'll be able to see the permit number. I did try to make sure that the camera got on it, but yeah, it'd be jittery, and I'll probably have better video of it because I might have 4K of it. One of the things that I struggle with, right, with the idea of live is that I lose that post-production 4K stuff, like you're getting 720 and 1080 on there. But it said that until he disrupts somebody, we can't do anything. And then the security guard kind of wanted to assert authority again, since basically, hey, you're not leaving? Yep, not leaving, right? And you can't do jack about it. And then the police came, right? And the female officer comes up to me and says, "Are you putting your camera in anybody's face?" And I immediately said, "No, I'm not, and it's on video." And she says, "Well, why are you so, angry about that? Why are you coming at me so hard on that?" And it's like, because you were lied to. You didn't come out here out of the, hey, wouldn't it be fun to go over to Polk Street? You were called in and somebody lied to you and told you a lie, right? And when you came, you asserted that lie. When I told you that I had evidence that I did not do what the cult of Scientology had claimed I had done, she kind of backed down, but she was like, "Well, why are you so ruffled? Why are you so upset?" Well, because you came over here under false pretenses, right? And don't worry, I'm calling my sergeant. By the way, that's a new sergeant. I haven't seen that sergeant before. When the sergeant came, right, the sergeant realized that I had done nothing wrong. Oh, I remember talking to the female officer, right? "Hey, did you see me there? Did you see me put my camera in somebody's face?" "No?" "Okay, oh, I wasn't looking." "Okay, so it's really convenient that whenever you want to, you look away, so there's no evidence." Then the sergeant came, and the sergeant just said, "Hey, you need to give them space." And I said, "Well, what evidence do you have that I didn't give them space?" "But yeah, we're in agreement. I will give them space," right? And I have not, and I will not put my camera in people's faces. Then the black security guard, again, very miffed about the idea that, right, he's not able to assert himself as the king. I basically told him, "Hey, go pound sand." And the officer, right, tried to tell me, "Hey, that's being aggressive." It's like, no, it's not, right? And you know damn well it's not, and if it is, arrest me, right? And then he kind of looked to the security guard and said, "Yeah, I think we have an agreement here. He'll be fine." So at the end of the day, I violated no laws. My rights were somewhat violated. My privacy was somewhat violated in that people walked up to me. Yeah, I do too. Sorry, we got a guy with a big muffler here. I want to know who those two people were as well. And if you remember when we had the 4 or 5 security guards and the event organizer come back down, and he was on the other side of the fence from me, or on the other side of the table from me, those two were standing there as well. When the permit came out, when I took a picture of the permit, those were the same two people. So we should have several face shots of them. I just don't know how to do facial recognition. And then Pinky, by the way, I just said Pinky, or Pinchy. Pinchy was able to find that person. I just don't know how to do cryptocurrency, and I have no desire to learn how to do cryptocurrency. Why am I talking so damn fast? Sorry, folks. But I did like telling a guy, "Hey, pound sand," right? "You're 0 for 17 in attempting to get me off of this property. And I will be back tomorrow." You know what, Amy, boy. Amy, can you do me a favor? Can you send me an email and remind me that I need to go lodge a complaint? But I can't do the complaint until tomorrow. Again, I want to go be with my family right now. So, J-Bat, we have a new, we might have a new emote or emoji. Hey, folks, give a hand to the mods. again, today is one of those days where it's very critical that I can't pay attention to the chat. I need to allow for the mods to control that while I'm actively doing what's going on the street. I need to be present for them as well. Hey Juanita, how we doing? Are you near the org yet? Thank you, Queen Suki. And by the way, I love that I see all of these names in other channels as well. I appreciate that, you know, it's been my goal from the beginning to do as much promotion of as many channels as possible because, again, people are going to get tired, right? We don't see trashy V12 BMW anymore, right? We've got people that have legal issues that disallow them from being at the org right now. We've got, you know, Shannon, for reasons, has decided to no longer be really on the street protesting. Now that doesn't mean that people have stopped being behind the scenes active, but right, that people will move away from this, right? They'll get tired and there will be attrition. So it's important that we help the upstart channels, but I'm not trying to sound arrogant like I'm a great channel. I am not. I am not a big channel. There are, I'm probably the smallest channel in Chicago still. But I always have said we're going to promote every channel that I mentioned. Now I will tell you that there is one channel that we won't, and everybody knows that we don't. So, but I want there to be a big pie. I saw a Reddit comment recently that Aaron is protecting his pie, and I don't think that's true. I think that Aaron also wants to grow the pie. Yeah, he wants to make sure that he grows his audience, but he never, I have not seen him stop other channels from moving forward. I will say that, right, we do know that there are certain things that channels cannot do, right, the attacky type channels. We don't want those, he won't promote those channels, and I agree with that in that process. But we need to grow this pie. We need 10 times the channels, and we need each channel to be 10 times bigger. Howdy Hitzel. Remember, Hitzel's down there in Austin, right? So while Pearl and Selfless are going through their legal fun, Miss Kim and Hitzel have been down there, you know, taking up the torch. What else do we have? Runmore, that's great. You know, the thing that I miss Trashy the most is that he could get people to talk. Every time, you know, he was so disarming in regards to getting people to talk. So, and folks, I am out here to protest, right? Do I make a little bit of money? Yeah. Do I make a living? I am absolutely upside down on this channel, right? That I spend far more money. Because I've got the camera facing forward. I spend far more money on this channel than I take in, but that's really not the objective, right? The objective here is to thwart Scientology from growing. All right. Do we have any news of Juanita yet? And so Renoir, right? That I think that we all have different special skills or awesome, you know, superpowers. And again, I still tell you that my best superpower is I have a terrible sense of smell, so I can be in the most grotesquely smelling areas and not have to worry about it. But it takes all kinds of protesters. I'm an incredibly mobile person. I can get around and follow the protesters or the sidewalk recruiters for quite some time. And it doesn't faze me a bit, right? Many of you know that I've run marathons, and today I think it was the 4th day in a row that I've run, so I am getting back to running. Didn't mean to force you all to watch me drink. What other questions we have out there? Hey, if you know somebody in Chicago, email them. Give them my email. If you know somebody in Chicagoland, give them my email. I'm more than happy to stand side by side with anybody that wants to protest. I'll try to give them, when I say tips and tricks, I don't mean that to sound as arrogant as I know the way. I know my way, and I've been fairly productive at my way. Okay. Folks, oh, excellent. Thank you, J-Bat. All right, everybody, let's head over to Juanita. I will get my headphones on, and we'll meet you over on the other side. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.